Over. What's going on, guys? I'm Captain Phil.
Captain Bob.
Welcome back to the Baitshop Banter Podcast. This is episode 6, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're on schedule.
Yeah, we're on schedule. We're making it happen. We're excited about it. Things have been going good. We thank you guys so much for watching our show. We're going to continue to produce, and we are going to start doing them live here soon. I got to get a new tripod with some, let me put like iPhone on there or whatever, and we'll go live on YouTube and TikTok and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we're going
to get a couple more tripods, and we'll start doing it up a little bit more so you guys can watch live instead of having to go on YouTube and watch it. But we appreciate all you guys for keeping up with the show. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit. Again, we're going to talk about kind of what's going on right now. And right now in the water, there's been a lot of Spanish mackerel. There's been some nice cobia out there that I think you did get one today.
Yes.
I think half of that cobia is on your shirt. Yes, it is. And we're going to talk about the redfish. Because right now, redfish are moving in, and there are captains that are catching them by the boatload right now, and I may or may not be one of them, and I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to.
Well, we're coming into, what do they call it, the pumpkin patch in October?
Yeah, pumpkin patch, baby. October is a huge redfish month.
Yep. I mean, that's how I know. My name is puppy drum.
Puppy drum, yeah, but puppy drum are out there. There's, I saw on Facebook, it's a really nice school of black drum and redfish have been coming up Indian Rocks Beach. There's some dredging going on out there.
Yeah, so I don't know
if it's stirred up or not.
It stirred up a lot of stuff. I was talking to my customers from today, actually. They're staying right where they're dredging.
Yeah.
He said the amount of bait they see there every morning is ridiculous.
We've had bait. We'll just go right on bait right now. The bait around town, if you will, has been unbelievable. I have fished here for many, many years, and I've never seen it.
My bait's unbelievable, too. It's in the
freezer.
It's in the
freezer right over there. He's special, don't mind him.
No, for what you do and what I do,
it's just
the live bait
things.
thing for me is I use live bait 3 times a year.
Yep.
And it's king mackerel in the spring.
Yep.
And
Spanish
and kings in the spring, Spanish and kings in the fall, and gag groupers.
Yep.
I don't even use them really for red snapper unless the customer requests it, or if it's like a long-term regular, or we're doing our overnight to the middle grounds, I'll bring some pinfish. But typically, everything gets caught on a popsicle.
He loves his frozen baits. He sends down a popsicle to these fish, and it reels up fish all day long. His catch today was unbelievable what he brought back. I saw pictures of it. We'll have to throw one of the pictures up.
Yeah.
And Bobby's been on fire lately. The frozen bait are definitely working.
Yep, we left here this morning, and we had our grouper. We left here at 7. Mm-hmm. Once we get out the pass and all that, it's called 7:30. We left the pass.
Yeah.
We were done grouper fishing before 9:30.
That's awesome. How many people did you have on your boat?
5. And
what is a 5-man limit of red grouper?
10.
10 groupers by 9:30.
Yeah, we threw back a couple other ones that were definitely close.
Yeah.
So, and on the way out, I was going to one area. I know I've been catching them, and I was like, I'm going to stop way short because the water's warming or cooling down, I should say. And the groupers like to move around when the water cools down. I was like, let's try a little bit of a different approach, and worked out. Yeah,
one of the things that he was saying is that he slowed down before his spot, and that's something that, like, if anybody goes out in the Gulf, the biggest tip I can give people is you might run, let's say you come out of Clearwater Pass, Johns Pass, wherever. Oh, I got a spot. It's 30 miles in this direction. We went straight there. Well, guess what just happened? You've been there 3, 4, 5, 10 times. You keep running over the same area over and over again. If you want to get better at fishing and have more success, maybe drive straight out 1 mile and then turn towards your spot. That gives you a whole new sonar read on your way out there, right?
I know, and I know I'm not the only one that doesn't know almost all the other captains that fish offshore, especially grouper fishing. Everybody's got their area that they like to start in, and we all kind of like, hey, where'd you fish? And nobody really tells you, but
always in 100 foot.
Yeah, all the way to the fish.
All the way to the fish.
A lot of the times, on my way out, they're like, oh, I'll mark that for later. And I never fished it.
Yeah.
And I'm at the time of year, and I'm like, all right, well, I know they're here, and I know they're here. So if they're here and here, they got to be
somewhere in here.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. And I talked to another captain who I'm very good friends with, and he's like, hey, I fished at a blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, I'm going that way. I'm like, I'm going to go back out where I've been going. And I was like, well, he was here. He said he caught a couple. He didn't do very well.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to stop in there. So I went 2 miles past where he was, and it was 5 miles from where I was going to be. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm just going to start here. The numbers on my machine said 71 and 72, and I'm at like 2800.
You stopped a little early.
No, I've marked them, running other boats. It's like when I first started running the last boat I ran, put new machines on it, I started marking stuff as I went.
Yep.
Because I had nothing in there, and it was one of those numbers I'm like, looks familiar, and it was like a dot here, a dot here, a dot here. I'm like, okay. The one said 6 head. I'm like, oh, all right, well, I caught fish in here once before, but it was still 2 miles from where I was.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let me stop right here, and it was all sand, and I was like, oh boy. But after 5 minutes of driving around, I found a pothole and got a couple, and then started heading towards the number itself, and I think I ended up like 3/4 of a mile from the number I was gonna go to, which still wasn't the number I was heading to.
Yeah.
So we caught our groupers, quickly, which I was very happy with.
He caught groupers on a random piece of bottom that he's never fished before. I just want to put an exclamation point of importance on what you just said, because what you just said, kind of my thing of going out an extra mile and turning, is the same thing that you did.
Yeah, same
you
concept.
stopped the boat early in an area you felt pretty good about. You idled around. You found bottom, and it's not. When you're out red grouper fishing versus gag grouper fishing, gag grouper, you're really looking for these ledges. These gags love to be tucked up in there,
gag groupers,
right?
you got to be, if it's like, oh, we're 50 feet from it. Yep,
You're not there.
You're not there.
You're
you
not
got to
gonna
be
catch
within
shit.
15 feet.
Yeah. So he has trolling motor on his boat, really helps him get on those gag spots. But at the same point, if you're looking for red grouper, reading the bottom machine is completely different. So many times you're out there in the Gulf, it's sand bottom. Well, what you're looking for is there might be the red line on the bottom machine might be like this, and all of a sudden it just goes like that, and you're like, ooh. That's like a break. That's a break in the sand.
You're really looking for, like, when you're driving across sand, you're looking for bar edges is what we call them.
Yeah.
You'll be driving, you'll see your bottom lines here, but what's happening is right underneath your bottom line, it's more blue. Like on my machine, I have blue.
Red's kind of the standard. That's why I said red.
So my
it's
machine,
just a color of it.
my machine is blue background, and then it's all red on the bottom. And when it starts to get harder, I'll get yellows and reds, and it'll get a lot longer on the bottom.
So you know when you found a break.
Right. And usually, as soon as you see it start getting super long, I'll look for a show, meaning like a little fireball on the bottom, or a spike, or a little arch,
Just
a couple
anything.
like a thick arch.
Yeah.
And we'll look for that kind of stuff. Well, today it was sand, hard bottom. Sand. I was like, oh, it's a pothole.
Yeah.
Well, in the middle of the pothole was a fireball.
And you're like,
I said, oh, that's a good place to start. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And the first guy didn't even make it to the bottom. I think he hit the bottom, but he couldn't even get the reel in gear.
Before he was
he had one on.
And I mean, that's the type of knowledge that we want to give in these podcasts, is like saying, hey, learn your bottom machine.
Yeah.
Learn the difference. You know what the guys used to do when they had to figure out if the bottom was hard or soft before we had all that? What's that?
Soapstone.
Soapstone, yeah. What they used to do is they take a big thing of lead, call it a 10-pound thing of lead, and put a bar of ivory on the bottom of it, drop it down the bottom, it comes up with like marks in it. We found some rock we're fishing.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be. And so it's just, we're taking that to the next level now that we have all these sonars and, great machines that really take care of us.
And
that's exactly what you did. You read your machine, read the bottom, and fucking caught fish.
Yeah,
and I love it.
I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but like all the guys that go out, 2 times a week, call it, right? The weekend guys. They understand.
What's the spot?
Right. Hey, how deep are the groupers? Hey, give me an area. Like, I understand what they're getting at, but on the other hand, I think it's like, okay, well, if you know that you've caught keeper grouper at, say, 200 foot, right? Completely off scale.
Yeah, off scale.
I catch him in 200 foot, that's okay, great. So I'm going to go out to 200 foot. I'm like, okay, well, I know that I can catch him here. What if I can catch him in like 180 foot? I'm going to come in a couple miles. But now I'm going to be like, all right, I got to look for the right bottom that I catch him in 200 foot in 180 foot.
It's going to look different on the machine too.
Right.
Especially
so you
if you have like a 50 or 60
your
foot
gains.
difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if you don't have the high chirp, a lot of the guys run a 5200, which is just a low regular machine. It doesn't read a whole lot of definition.
Yeah.
And you can find them on there too. You just got to understand that you need to turn the gains up and down, and the color. Like on my Simrads, I turn my gain up. I'll tell you right away. I don't know which transducer it is. I forget which one I have in there. But I run my gain at a 73 and my color at an 81. When I'm up and running, it has a little bit of fuzzies. But when I'm going 4 or 5 knots, I mean, it's
see everything.
crystal clear.
Yep. And that's one of the things I love about my Humminbird. Even in 100 feet of water, I could still run side scan. And I'm looking all the way out to 200-300 foot outside the boat, and I'm going, look at that. I can even tell in side scan when we have those breaks. I can see it in the bottom, and that's like, it's a game changer when you're grouper fishing, especially red grouper
I don't
fishing.
have side scan, and I'd be honest with you.
You don't need it.
I don't think I ever really had a use for it.
Yeah.
The last boat I ran had it. I think I used it one time when I was in the path going, oh, look, there's the ridge stanchion.
Yeah, you can see it sticking
I can
right
see the
up in there.
stanchion.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Or looking for, I think I lost a stone crab pot and actually found it.
Found it with
that.
that?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But, finding groupers it's not rocket science.
No, it's not, but it does take some
what a lot of people do is
learning.
They'll park on stuff on the bottom and it's all green and blue and like, hey, is this good bottom? And it's like, the bottom can be good.
Yeah.
But where you parked, there's not life. So like we'll post up a picture of like three ways I like to park on them, like what they look like a spike, a fireball, or like a pothole on a break.
Yep.
And those are like my 3 favorite things to park on. Like today I parked on one that I wouldn't normally park on, but where I've fished, I know from past experience fishing in that area that I've parked on something like that and pulled 8 head grouper stock.
That's awesome.
So it's like, all right, well, let's park on it. And we had 6 and we got 4 and popped 1.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so we could have had 5 there, but we were already at our 10. So
You crushed it.
But, the guys were like, man, that was way faster than we thought. I said, yeah, me too. I didn't expect to catch them that fast.
That's called winning.
I was like, what do you guys want to do now? And they're like, whatever you want to do, Captain. I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
We accomplished our goal. And
I said,
really
do we want
early.
to catch fish tacos? So we went and caught some lane snappers.
That's right. You got
one
a
of them
big lane
one was
today.
like 19 inches. The rest of them were like 15 to 16. And a couple smaller ones. And then they're like, oh, what else can we do? I was like, amberjacks are open. I was like, I got a place that I know there's some amberjacks. I don't know if we'll catch a keeper, but I know that they're there. So we were catching grunts too. So I started throwing them in the live well.
Grunts in
We
the
had
live
like a dozen grunts like this big in the live well. And I pulled up there and I was like, all right, guys, get ready. Put a grunt on it. 30 seconds, not even. We had the guys like, oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then the last thing there is we're jigging this little thing that I've caught. Red snapper, red grouper, blackfin tuna, mangrove snapper, lane.
It's a nomad lure.
Yeah, Vortex. I've caught everything on that little thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't sink very good, but once it sinks down the right way and you can actually get it to work.
It looks normal,
It looks normal. Right? It looks like a whitebait.
Yeah.
And this guy hooked a fish and he fought it for every bit of like 25 minutes. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, I wonder if he had an amberjack and a shark got it.
That's still hooked up.
Well, then he got tangled up in the motors in the back. It's like, hey, let me get the rod, get it out of the motors, and give it right back to you. And when I'm holding it, I can feel going bomb, bomb. Like that's either a big amberjack or it's a cobia. And I told his buddy, and he's like, what do you think, cobia? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, there's only 2 fish that shake like that. I was like, I know it's not a shark.
Yeah.
And if it's a shark, it's a tiny one. It's like a 3-footer.
Yeah.
Well, he brought it up, and I was like, oh,
big cobia.
that's a big cobia. It's probably 40 pounds at most. I'd say 40's on the high side.
Yeah.
Like definitely high 30s.
Nice fish though.
Yeah. I mean, the head of it was
I
this
saw
wide. The tail was about yay wide. So
that's freaking awesome.
it was pretty big. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's funny that the guy that was on the charter, he's like, my 4 out of the last 6 charters, I've caught a keeper cobia. I'm like,
how do you even have those numbers?
That's what I'm saying.
It's insane.
Like, I'm a guy, I don't even have that many.
No.
And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I do a charter once a year here with the family. He's like, we've caught a cobia in the past 4. Now you make 5 out of the past 6. I'm like,
it's unbelievable.
Or 7 charters.
Whoever's doing it, they're doing it the right way. So congratulations to you out there.
Good job, Russ.
Yeah, good job, Russ.
Make sure you keep the horseshoe up your ass.
Anyways, let's switch up to Spanish mackerel fishing for a little bit, just because that's what's going on right now. So obviously the grouper fishing's still good. Bobby's crushing them. Cobias are still out there. And Spanish mackerel, they've been really moving in thick right now. Yesterday's charter for me, I mean, we absolutely roasted them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they ever left.
I don't know if they ever left either. I think there was like a 2-week span where we didn't catch any, and I was like, oh, okay, they're gone now. Standardly speaking, the Spanish mackerel will disappear when the water temperatures warm up. We get to summertime, they disappear, and then they come back. And
they leave in May, and they usually show back up like end of September,
end of September, beginning of
October.
October.
About right now.
Yeah, about
but
right
they
now.
never really left all summer.
We've caught them all summer. I've caught them inshore
all
all
summer.
summer.
Not big ones. They get smaller.
And you're like, cool, we got them.
Yeah.
But yesterday, all big ones. I had 4 and 5 pound Spanish mackerel on the line all day long. And
That's fun.
It was fun, man. There was one that was on the line so hard, I thought we had a cobia on because the way it was like, I was like, dude.
Could have been a king.
That's a big fish.
Could have been a king.
No, they just throat hooked him. Oh. He came in and swiped and got him under. It was foul hooked fish, so he fought a little different. But when it comes to Spanish mackerel fishing, there's a few ways that you guys can prevent what happened to me yesterday. What I did not prepare for yesterday.
He wasted his tackle box.
I went through about 20 hooks yesterday because I didn't really come prepared for Spanish mackerel fishing. I didn't think I was going to be doing it tomorrow.
Prepared, Phil.
Always be prepared. You should see my tackle box that I have on the boat. It's like this big. It's got like 8 compartments, and that's it.
I got 4 on mine.
I'm
One's sinkers.
Yeah.
One is sinkers. One is grouper hooks, grunt hooks, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I got 2 spools of line because that's that's all we need. I got 80 pound, 60 pound. And then I have a spare spool of 50 for my reels in case something happens.
And it's good that you're simple like that.
Yeah.
I go a little bit more. I got
and then I have 2 boxes, one with 3 jigs in it.
Yeah.
I had 6. I'm down to 3. Amberjacks.
Amberjacks.
Sharks, eating amberjacks. And then I have my Houndcoats and my Nomads. They're all in one box. And that's it.
So I don't even have half that shit, but that's great. So Spanish mackerel fishing, don't lose a ton of hooks like I did. I lost like 20 hooks yesterday charter fishing in a 4-hour trip. It was insane. It was my own dumbass fault, but next time I go out, I'm gonna be a little bit more prepared. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some tips today for Spanish mackerel fishing so you don't lose so many hooks. First tip is use long shank hooks. So these long shank hooks right here are a little big for what I like. It's thick, but these are long shank offset J hooks, and they do a really great job of live bait fishing for Spanish mackerel. So traditionally, when you use a little bit shorter hook, say it cuts off here, the Spanish mackerel have a tendency to go right after the head of the bait, and so they slice through your line, you lose hooks. And you might say, well, Phil, just add some wire leader on there. What happens when you use wire leader, Bob? They stop biting.
I disagree.
In my experience where I fish, they stop biting. I can prove it to you. We'll go out and prove it. They stop biting inshore when you're fishing with wire. It just cuts it off. They don't do it. So long shank J hooks are a really great option. If you want to use wire leader and it works for you, give you a thumbs up, but it never works for me. Maybe I just suck at it.
How long of a wire leader are you using for your
I would just use like a little,
half
like an
that.
8 or 10. Yeah,
Half
like
that.
go down to that.
Dude,
yeah.
I do, like when we do it your way,
Yeah.
like how you do that, we do it once in a while. It's about that big.
Yeah.
Just enough.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just enough so when they actually hit it and they side swipe it,
Because they always
get that.
hit that part. But see what happens to me is because I use the wire leader, I use the tiny swivels too.
Did they smoke
They
the
go
swivel?
for the swivel all the time, which is why I
Yeah.
hate using the wire leaders on Spanish mackerel. So in an effort to avert that problem, we can do one of two things. You can use long shank J hooks,
Or McDonald's
we can go to
straws.
McDonald's and get straws. And everybody at home's going, what the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, so it's an old school trick. A lot of the guys used to do it, especially up in the Panhandle and a lot around here. But I know that I've even done it back home for bluefish growing up. A McDonald's straw.
They have a
Starts out,
yellow,
it's about yay long.
they have a yellow and red
We
stripe
all know
on
what a
them.
straw is. It has to have a yellow and white, a yellow and red stripe.
Cut that thing in half.
Yeah, no,
Or in
not
thirds.
even. I do.
Yeah,
I go a
2
finger
inch.
length.
Yeah, there you go.
One
Like
finger
3
length.
pieces.
You get like 3 pieces out of one straw.
And you put the straw, you tie a hook, well, you put the straw up the line, you tie the hook on, and you can put a weight, if you want, right between the straw and the hook, or you can put it above, doesn't make a difference. And essentially, sometimes you don't have to use bait.
Yeah, it's like a leader saver. We troll them. I
Yeah.
know a couple other captains that like to do it here when we don't feel like losing our squid skirts that we
Yeah.
like to use. We're like, hey,
Get them straws out.
go to the straws.
Go to the straws.
Hey, we got the straws on the boat? Yeah, okay, go get them.
Go get them. Yep. So the straws are a really great way to save your line. Also, the Spanish mackerel think that it's some sort of like glass minnows or something like that, and they come up and wail on it.
See, I think
don't
it's
even
the
know.
bubbles.
Huh? The bubbles?
I think it's the
yeah.
bubbles.
And it could be going through the water, gets a little air action, looks like it's something natural. But even up in like the Panhandle, up in Panama City Beach, McDonald's doesn't even have the straws out for you anymore because people just steal the whole box. Like, I got my straws, I'm out of here. And they go catch them Spanish mackerel on
Yeah.
them damn straws all day long. So if you come on my boat, you start seeing straws on my boat, don't be like, why does he have McDonald's straws on the boat? Because that's what's gonna happen. So Spanish mackerel fishing's been wonderful. Man, there's so many of them out there. And Jacks out there too. Jack crevalles are
Little ones?
everywhere. No, I'm getting ones like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like
Those are
real
the
fun
ones,
fighters.
Yeah.
There was a school of them out on the Near Rocks Beach yesterday, and I'm throwing chummers out, and I mean, it's just, it's the coolest thing you'll ever see in your life. 4 people cast lines out, and we're hooked up. And it's just good fun, you know? So no food value.
No.
At
Unless
least for
you
us
like shark
whiteys.
feeding.
Yeah, no. We don't like that. But Spanish mackerel bite's been great. October is right around the corner here in the next, like, what, week? Next week, Wednesday, will be October
yeah.
1st. And that, to me, is my best time of year, that first week of October, man. We're going to go out. I'm going to put you on some big snook and some big reds. You're going to have a good time with it.
I'll get the wife. She wants
Yeah,
to
get
go.
the wife. There you go. Giddy
So.
up. So the redfish run, our mini redfish run's happening right now already. There's fish all over the intercoastal. It was nothing for me to go out 2 days ago and on a high tide hit 10 reds like it was sleeping. And one really nice snook that the customer lost because one of our customers tried to net it. And I was
That's
like,
okay.
ooh,
That's
but it
okay.
happens. But the redfish are biting great right now. Ironically though, they only want to eat one thing, cut ladyfish. Ladyfish are all over the beach. They're easy to catch. I got inshore spots we can catch them, and then we go fishing for redfish. Personally, I'm a really great high tide fisherman. I hate low tides. I need to get better at it, and I know that. But for me, high tide and redfish go hand in hand. And boy, I just love whipping them baits under the mangroves and just watch the rods go. I'm watching my clients freak out. So much fun because they're all in clear water. You know, all the water's clear.
Yeah.
You watch these redfish fight, come into the boat. It's a beautiful experience. One of my favorite times of year to fish for reds. I heard Mikey pulled like 30 out the other day on a trip. 30 redfish.
Oh, really?
Mikey Joseph, you might not know
Damn.
him. But yeah, I just was like, that's a lot. I don't know if they were all small reds or bigger ones, but
I know Jake's been doing really good with them too.
yeah. They've been around. They've been everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, so if you get the right tide, it's game on. Like, you know, my trip yesterday, we never had a high tide because it was in the morning. The high tide wasn't until like 2 o'clock or something.
Yeah, the high tide when I came back, it was starting to fall already. So.
So it was like 2, 3 o'clock or whatever. So we didn't have a chance to go fishing for reds yesterday, but we only fished 2 spots in a 4-hour trip yesterday. This fishing was good. I do want to give you guys one of my tips, one of the things I've been really working on this year. This is really opening the vault for me. I don't do this a whole lot on this one, so I'm going to release some information here. What I've been doing for a lot of my bigger snook and my redfish this year, especially in the mangroves, is I'm tying on a bite leader. It's like an old fly fishing tactic, right?
Oh, I know all about that.
I know. So
ain't no different than catching a trout.
my main line, I've been running 20 right now. I had 15, but I got a lot of break off, so I moved up to 20 because the casting distance isn't much difference. Then I run a 25-pound leader, but then I'm doing like a little 10-inch section of 40-pound leader. And I'm going to tell you, it hasn't changed the fishing, except I'm losing way less fish. And abrasions happen, even on the Spanish mackerel, I'm running that bite leader, and so it prevents some hooks being bit off too.
Not yesterday.
Not yesterday, no, it did not. We lost a lot. Those things sliced through 40 like it was their job.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd recommend anybody out there who is out there, you know, dead bait fishing for redfish in the mangroves, because there's snook in there too, just run like a little 8-inch section of 40-pound leader, and I just kind of double uni on either side, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's been a ticket for getting fish to the boat. So yeah. What else? Oh yeah, our bait situation. Caladesi Island is so loaded with bait right now. I think if you were wearing snowshoes, you could walk across the water like Jesus up there. Because you'd just be walking on bait like. In the mornings, I've been just taking my boat. I'll put the bow of the boat on the sand on the beach and just throw the net off the side and be like, all right, I got enough bait, I'm done. It's the only way to get up there. They're so shallow. So we were up there 2 days ago, just trolling the beach, redfish, snook, trout. I mean, everything you can think of is in there feeding on these baits. Can't get them to bite because they're already eating everything they got.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the fishing, and I think that combined with the Spanish mackerel being here in September right now, boy, I think we got a special kingfish season coming up.
I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Until I hear the first reports of them being caught up in like the Panhandle. When they start moving down, I'm really not worried about it. Usually, right around the full moon of October,
that's when you
start to see, you'll hear the there's a couple of big ones here, a couple of big ones there.
Hell yeah.
You start seeing the first run of them. So.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm going to take my gaff back to the house tomorrow, the next day. I'm going to sharpen that bitch up.
I used mine for the first time today.
You had that cobia. You deserve to use it. I got mine out yesterday because I thought we had that cobia on. I had the gaff out on that big Spanish. I was like, ooh, it's going to be a cobia. It was a foul hook Spanish. Nope. Didn't use the gaff.
Not for you. No, I got that at a good deal. It was mismarked. I'm not going to say where. It's a $190 gaff I got for $90.
Hell yeah.
Somebody forgot to put the 1 in front of it.
We call that not your problem.
Right. They were okay with it. And like, all right, yeah, we messed up. Okay. Nice 8-foot AFTCO gaff.
There you go.
2-inch hook. I don't like anything bigger than a 2-inch hook.
Yep. I hear you.
The 3-inch hook, it goes everywhere.
I like my Danco carbon fiber gaff personally. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
That probably peaked the audio pretty good. Anyways, news at the boat ramp. There's 2 docks that have been out for the last little bit here.
Are they fixing them?
They are fixing them. We're going to have them back here the first week of October is what they've told us. That's the good news.
Are we getting the other ones too?
No.
Aww.
I'm going to give you the bad news now. They're going to take out 2 more when they bring the other 2 back. So they're beefing all of them up so they don't have these problems anymore. So unfortunately, this is just going to be a project they're working on. But,
Which ones are they doing next? One's down yonder?
They have the 2 over here. There's 1 over here still. That one's getting pulled and 1 from over there. And then they're going to bring those back and do 2 more.
So they're going to pull the one that I was parked at the last. Oh, man. That's the easiest one to get
That's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's the easiest one for me to launch at.
I know. They don't. It is what it is, man.
Yeah,
but they'll get fixed over time, and we'll have a beautiful facility hopefully come season spring break next year. So
hopefully they fix the other
And they can fix those too, hopefully. So we're all looking forward to that.
Believe it when I see it.
I'm with you. We could talk about that, or we could wait till next week, whatever you want to do.
We'll wait on that one. I think we're gonna have.
We can do that. Next week we're gonna have Captain Tyler Barton on from Surreal Fishing. He's joining us next week. I tried to get him out this week, but he's moving into his girlfriend's house. So yeah,
nice.
They're gonna live a happy little family, or whatever. I don't know.
I'll backhand them for you anytime you ask, Tyler.
What's that?
I'll backhand them for you anytime you ask, Tyler.
He will. He'll just backhand me next week on camera. I'll say something stupid, I'm sure. It'll be fun. What else? Yeah, so, the ladyfish are a big deal right now for redfish bait. They're real oily. When you leave them on the bottom, if you get the right current. So, we're talking about redfish, and just for one more second here. Let's say this is the island. Jesus, I got a mess going on. This is the island you're fishing. You got current coming from this direction. What I would say is you definitely want to be on the upwind side of the island you're fishing.
Yeah, so your baits drift
So your
back.
baits are here, and then next thing you know, you got all that scent trail going through that island, the mangroves, and these fish will come right out. So really pay attention to wind and currents when you're setting your boat up. That's been a huge success factor for me lately. The one spot that I've been catching a lot of reds at, I'm purposely fishing in an outgoing tide because I know which way the water is going to move, so I know where to position my baits. And I know a lot of us don't talk about that kind of stuff too much, but I can tell you right now, when you fish the outgoing tide, make sure you're up current from where you think the fish are, because that's...
Same thing like deer hunting. Like,
Yeah.
make sure you're downwind.
Downwind, yep, because the deer can smell you, the fish can smell it. It's the opposite, actually, deer hunting. Don't let them smell you. Here, smell you, right?
Yeah. It's
But-
gonna be upwind when you're fishing, downwind when you're hunting. Because I'll be honest with you, the last big buck that I had a good shot at, he walked out, and I was like, "You walked out on the wrong side." He went.
It went...
I was like, "Damn it!" He got
And
me
you were
right
like,
away.
gone.
I was like, "Oh, darn."
Damn it.
I was gonna take the shot, but there was a branch in the way, and I'm like, "It's not a good shot."
Yeah, I understand that.
If I can't get a good broadside shot or a good shot at the organs, I'm not taking the shot.
Last shot I had at a deer, I was out hunting in Ohio one time, and I was hunting for bucks the whole time, and doe walks out, and I'm like, I have a tag.
If you got a doe tag,
I have a
send
tag. I'm going to send it. So I literally brought the gun up to my shoulder, and I can't even make this up. Fucking fawn walked right next to it. And I'm like, I can't pull the trigger. I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
My best one is I was hunting behind my parents' house. Sorry, because they don't really like me hunting behind there, because they have the horses there.
This is going to be on the internet.
That's okay. They understand. And I killed 2. I shot the first one. I was using buckshot. Hit the first one. Ran. I was like, all right, cool. The other 9 didn't move. Yeah, they were like, huh?
Oh, click, clack, bang.
Pretty
Chink,
much.
chink, bang.
Yeah, click, clack, bang, and took
Yep.
out the second one, and the second one made it 3 foot.
Yeah, it just went.
Yeah, she went. There was 7 pellets.
Damn.
7 out of my 9 pellets were in her.
She done.
The other one had 2 pellets in it I couldn't find because it started raining.
Yeah.
Went out the next morning, the coyotes got to her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she went up over the berm, like where I was shooting at was at a clearing across the creek. She went up over the berm and literally went 5 feet, but went into the holly bush, and I couldn't find her.
Yeah.
So, like, I lost my blood trail.
But you got one.
Yeah, I
it's
got
all
one of
good.
them.
And the coyotes got fed.
Yeah, you know what really sucked about that, though?
Huh.
It was a button buck. And
Ah.
I couldn't see it. So I was pretty bummed about that one.
Damn.
Yeah.
That does suck. Yeah, we'll talk
I'll show
about
you a
some
video
that
of
stuff
an
next
old one I
time.
got. There's just like a 10-pointer on my parents' property that we call him Dark Horns.
Yeah.
His antlers are like black.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
he just won't die.
We'll have to have Marlon on here soon too, and he'll show us all the pictures of bucks at his property
Yeah.
up north. It's pretty sick.
Do Mike too?
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
just put them both of them here together.
We'll just start doing like hunting
Yeah.
podcasts now. We can do that. It's fine. I don't care.
I haven't hunted here yet.
It sucks.
Listen.
You want my hunting story from here? You want to know why I don't hunt here too much anymore?
Sure.
Okay. This will be the last story of the day. Marlon, great guide, fisheye, sport fishing charters, does inshore for them. And he is one of the best hunters in the area. I mean, I'm sure there's better, but he's a great hunter. And he does ducks, deer, turkey, the whole 9 yards. He's a total outdoorsman. So he starts talking to me because I only hunted a lot up in Ohio when I lived up there, and I really wanted to hunt down here, but I always got nervous because like the bucks are so tiny down here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
I don't
like a
even know if
German
this is
Shepherd.
worth it.
It's
you
like
know?
a German Shepherd antlers.
And I didn't understand that you had to have quota and lottery here. So I go apply for quota one year, and I got quota. I go, Marlon, I got quota. He's like, that's freaking awesome, man. I can't wait. And so I get out there, and I'm scouting. I find this great spot. I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be great. I can't wait. So first day of deer season opens. I go sit down in the woods, and I'm getting there. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm getting so excited. I saw some warm deer shit down the way. I'm like, we're getting one today. So sitting there, and sun starts barely peeking up, and next thing I hear, And I'm sitting there, and fucking dogs just start shooting past the tree on me.
They were driving.
They're shooting everywhere, dogs. And I'm like, well, this hunt's over with. So I pick my shit up, and I'm like, back to the truck. I'll go find somewhere else to hunt. So I'm walking back to the truck, and I look out on the dirt road, and it's lined with pickup trucks and dudes in the back of them with rifles, waiting for the dogs to flush the deer out and just... And I'm like, well, I understand it's like a tradition down here, so I'm not knocking anybody that does it. But for me, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I'm like, fuck, I'm done.
They use, so growing up, they use dogs up there too, but not as much.
Yeah.
But you'll have 30 hunters.
Oh, yeah.
You make a line.
Oh, yeah.
You start walking the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter who shoots them because it's all going to the
It's
club.
all going to the club. Yep. And it was the same thing that they were doing up there. And I mean, I know it's like, there's a tradition behind it, and I appreciate tradition more than anybody.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I support what they're doing. I just didn't know what I didn't know. Now I've learned down here that if I'm going to hunt down here, I need to own my own land. 30, 40 acres, doesn't need to be a huge plot, and I will do what needs to be done on that because I'm public land. The guys that do it, there's guys out there, I know some of them, and if they kill something on public land, bravo, dude, you're one of the greats.
Growing up, well, I didn't even hunt public land growing up. I hunt all property I hunted was private.
Yeah.
Or state.
Yeah.
And all the private property that I hunted was my parents because they have 4 acres. It backs up to the refuge.
Yeah.
So as long as they came past the refuge sign, it was free
private
game.
land. Yep. That's
so,
awesome.
and I mean, I would sit right on the line and I would face towards the property more or less, angled away, but wait for them to come past and then walk in front of me. Because the last thing you want to do is shoot one that goes in the res. And I got
yeah.
Can I go get my deer?
I got proof.
Yeah. So, and then the other place I used to hunt, same thing, backs up to the refuge, but also backed up to another zone.
Okay.
So I had to be careful how far in I went because I was zone 51 and zone 49 was right next to me.
Sounds like some Jersey shit.
They're separated into zones up there. It's all zones. So I would hunt here, and then it would be a T. Well, this was zone. Hey, Roy.
I think Rory came on the camera there.
I'd be sitting here, and zone 19's here, and the refuge is right here. But this is 51, but it's like a 1,000-foot by 1,000-foot space, and across the street is a house.
Oh.
And the lady wouldn't let me hunt the back of her property, which was like all refuge from her property line back. And she had big deer in there because I seen them. So I sat here one day and I'm like, they're not gonna come out. Here they come. I got one that day. I got a 6-pointer, but.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I felt bad though because when I was walking out, I saw the other guy that hunts the other zone, and he just looked at me and he goes, "Did you get one?" Like, yeah.
So, more of the story, get yourself some long shank hooks or some McDonald's straws and go catch some Spanish mackerel.
Spanish Max, man.
Get some ladyfish for your redfish run here. And
popsicles for your groupers.
Popsicles for your groupers.
Frozen threadfins.
It's basically what we just covered today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Good enough.
All right, we're going to do it again next week. We'll have Capt Tyler on from Surreal. He's committed. I'll drag his ass up here one way or another. And thank you guys so much for joining. We appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
See you guys next week.
Adios.